They say every surgeon fears his first cut, but I didn't. I loved it. The sound of the scalpel was music. Precision was my faith.
Dr. Elias Vorn, 37, head of neurosurgery. Brilliant, charismatic, dangerous.
I believed life was a puzzle, one that only I could solve.
He never blinked during surgery, not once.
They called me the miracle hand, but miracles are just math.
The first death wasn't an accident. It was a test.
When you hold a beating heart, you feel God watching.
That night, the monitors stopped before the body did.
No reports, no witnesses, just a missing file and a name erased.
Death is not chaos, it's rhythm.
He started recording his surgeries. For study, he said.
Each incision brought me closer to understanding perfection.
He smiled when the alarms went off.
And yet, no one questioned him.
Obedience is easier than truth.
Sometimes, I think he could hear our thoughts.
The patients weren't dying. They were disappearing.
A scalpel never lies, people do.
He kept saying it was for the data, but what kind of data needs blood?
By the time the board found out, it was too late.
Control. It's not about saving life, it's about proving you can.
He stopped calling them patients, started calling them subjects.
But every experiment leaves a trace.
They said I saved lives, they never asked whose.
The deeper I dug, the more perfect his chaos looked.
Sleep became unnecessary. Dreams were just slower surgeries.
He stopped talking to anyone, even himself.
One by one, staff resigned or vanished.
Perfection doesn't ask for permission.
Security footage went missing, replaced by static.
Sometimes, I swore I saw him even when he wasn't there.
I stopped counting lives. I started measuring silence.
Every autopsy told the same story. Perfect incisions, no record.
He once said, "To fix humanity, you must first dissect it." I thought he was joking.
I wasn't healing them, I was perfecting them.
The hospital's mortality rate dropped because deaths weren't reported.
I tried to tell someone, but he already knew I would.
Fear is a symptom. I prefer results.
The board called it an anomaly. I called it murder.
He said, "We're not saving people, we're updating them."
There's no difference between a cure and control, only intent.
He built something under the lab, unauthorized.
We called it the room, he called it the beginning.
Inside that room, everything obeyed me.
The evidence stopped making sense. Blood reports, missing organs.
He said the next one would change everything.
I named the experiment after myself, not vanity, honesty.
He wasn't trying to save patients anymore. He was trying to recreate them.
Perfection demands sacrifice. I simply chose willing ones.
The hidden lab was silent, but everything inside was still breathing.
You can't stop evolution. You can only guide it.
He didn't look human anymore.
He'd crossed the line between healing and creation.
Pain is proof of progress.
Don't scream, the walls can hear.
We found bodies, stitched with precision, arranged like art.
Art? No, these were lessons.
I remember his last words before the lights went out.
If death is the end, why does it teach us so much?
The hospital called it a gas leak. I called it judgment.
He walked into the fire like he was going home.
Flames purify. They reveal truth.
The fire ended the surgeries, but not the story.
Sometimes, I still hear the monitors.
No body was recovered, no remains, just a burned scalpel.
You can burn flesh, not ideas.
The hospital reopened, but no one talks about room 9.
They rebuilt the wing, they forgot the name.
Perfection doesn't die.
Every time I close my eyes, I see the light again.
And sometimes, I still get calls from unknown numbers playing surgical audio.
I never stopped. Evolution doesn't need permission.
Maybe he became what he worshipped. Maybe he just never left.
They said I stopped playing God, but tell me, can God ever quit?